Hi, good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to LeapScholar. My name is Ravjot Kaur. Today, we are going to do some discussions on listening. Hope you have gone through the reading questions last week that we discussed. Today, we are going to talk about listening. Hi, Rashmi, Ritu, Nitin, Rupinder, Raman. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So hope everyone is ready with a pencil and a paper. We are going to cover difficult questions today from listening and how it is supposed to be done. What is the difference in section number 1 and section number 3 or 4? So that kind of experience you will have today by listening to the audios from different sections. Not only the difficult questions, but you can also practice one small test. That's mini mock test you can practice today. So please practice as many questions as you can and stay till end. Thank you. Let's start. So this is a bit about me. I am Ravjot Kaur and I have overall 10 years of experience now, more than 10 years of experience. I have dealt with many students, thousands of students, and got pretty good experience dealing with all kind of students. So this is my upcoming batch. And if you want to get promotions, you can simply use this code RKLive20. That is with my name, the initials of my name. Ravjot Kaur Live 20. So please use that to get extra 20% off. And that's a 2 weeks course. I would request those who want to practice IELTS, please join in, wherein we'll be covering all the 4 modules within 2 weeks. All the 4 modules means listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Please join in. You will be getting speaking, peer-to-peer speaking, one-on-one speaking, and grammar club is also there, wherein you can practice basic grammar and you can brush up your grammar portion. Apart from this, we got writing evaluations for you. I'll be giving feedback on the basis of the parameters. Hope all of you know the parameters. If not, please join in. We will be discussing detailed parameters. All right, this is today's question. So hope everyone is ready before I show you the question. Are you ready? First of all, I would like to ask you before I start with the questions, what kind of questions do you find a bit difficult in listening? I'm sure many of you must be practicing already, but what kind of questions do you feel are pretty challenging? If you know, we have multiple choice questions, then we have table completion, sentence completion, map, and matching information, classification questions, form completion. These all are the types of questions in listening. So what do you think? What are the multiple choice questions? Definitely. Definitely. You can see in the comment section, the code is already mentioned. So please go ahead and register yourself for 2 weeks batch. Maps, definitely. You know what? We are going to cover all these questions today one by one. And I want all of you to participate in each and every question and understand how it is supposed to be done. That is all right if you're making mistakes. But when you're practicing, please review your answers. Reviewing your answers is very important. If you're not reviewing, you will keep doing the same mistakes repeatedly. So it's better to review your answers in listening, reading, and of course, in writing, you always revise. First section is pretty easy. Yes, that's what exactly we're going to compare. Those who are new, I believe you will definitely get to know how the difficult questions come in section number 3 and 4 and how easy questions are there in section number 1. Any kind of question can come anywhere. There are 4 parts. part number 1, 2, 3, 4. So any question can come anywhere. Another tip, I would like to give you a tip related to the listening. You are going to get 30 seconds to read the question. So please read the question carefully. Here as well, we are going to read the questions and then I'll give you this task to do. Okay, maybe I can underline that for you since you cannot underline. But yes, those who are watching later on, please pause the video and complete the exercise. They're really interesting questions. All right, let's begin now. Hope everyone is ready. Shall we start? All right, great.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 7 to 10. Shall I tell you the articles I want copied first?
Good, I've got all that down. Now perhaps we could go on to the books. You tell me the books you need, and I'll tell you whether we have them immediately available, or whether you'll have to wait a bit for them. All right. The details I'll need are the author, publication date, and the title of the book. Is that okay?
Yes, no problem at all. The first one is by Halsworth, published in 1978. It's called Land and Water Resources of Australia.
Yes, we have that available on the shelves.
Good. Now, the next two are both government publications. The first one is rather old, published in...
Okay, let's quickly discuss the first one and then you can keep going for the rest of the questions. So the first one, she said that it's there on the shelf. Let's quickly understand what's there in the option. This is the matching information type of questions. So A is, you will write A when it is, when the conversation says that it's available in the library. The way she said it's there on the shelf. So the first answer will be A. Okay, paper-based students will have to write manually on the sheet, whether it's A, OL or R. You cannot write the full-fledged answers available in the library or out on loan, request from other library. No, you cannot write that. Read the instructions carefully. You have to write in the boxes the appropriate letters A, OL or write. Instructions are really important. You cannot write in whatever you want, whatever you feel like. Adhere to the instructions strictly. So the first answer in the conversation, they said it's there on the shelf. So you will quickly mark A. You are not going to get options like this unless and until you're giving computer-based test. Computer-based students who are planning to give computer-based test, you will get a drop down. I'll show you how that looks like. But as of now, we are going to do this way. So you will write A in the comment section, that too in capital letter. You will not write in small letter. This will be considered as wrong. So adhere to the instructions, listen to it carefully because there will be a lot of synonyms that are used. Okay, so hope that is understood by everyone. I'll show you the answers once you complete this one. Okay, thank you. So please proceed further.
1984, that's land degradation in Australia. But the second one is more recent. That's Coastal Zone Inquiry Report from 1993.
I'm afraid we don't have the first one. We'll have to get that from the government archives for you. But the second one, the later one, has just come in, so I'll put that aside for you.
Wonderful. Now, there are 3 more. 2 rather old books, but they're standard works, so you probably have them. Environmental Law by Fisher and Environmental Chemistry by Raiswell. They were both published in 1980.
Yes, we do have both those texts. Environmental law should be on the shelf, but environmental chemistry is out on loan at the moment. I'll put that on reserve for you.
Right. And the last one is The Environment Impact of Travel and Tourism by M. Burns and Associates, 1989.
Burns, No, I'm sorry, we don't.
Okay, that's it. Hope you got all correct. What are your answers? Please write in the chat box and then you can check your answers. All right, well done, everyone. Those who are giving the answers, hope you now know how to do this matching information question. So make sure you know what is A, O, L, and R. And for computer-based students, you can also underline the key pointers easily on computer. You will have the highlighters available. So you can choose any color, blue, green, or red. Either of the color you can choose, and you can underline the key pointers from on the screen. Yes, Anmol, that's it. However, this is from section number 1. It's pretty easy as compared to the question that I'm going to show you for section number 3 and 4. Okay, that's all right. I mean, you have more opportunities to attempt the same kind of question. Okay, let me show you the answers. It's ARAAOL. So first one we already completed. It's A, and then 8 is, he said that we have to request from the other library, which means from the government something. So for this, R should be the answer. Now, for the inquiry report, again, that was available on the shelf. For environmental law, it was available, but for chemistry, environmental chemistry, it wasn't available. So that is out of loan. She explicitly mentioned that. Okay, hope all of you understood how it is supposed to be done. We have more questions to go on. So if all are wrong or only one is correct, do not get disheartened. All right, let's move on. So this is how it looks like. You will have this CBT looks like this. The question looks like this in computer-based test, wherein there will be a drop down and you will get the option A, B, C. You have to click on one, choose any one option. And of course, they are not going to say as it is. So look at the conversation, listen it carefully. This is a bit difficult than the previous one. So number one thing you have to take care is concentration. Please concentrate on the words they're saying. So shall we start? Hope you all are ready. Great, great. All correct, Singh, Azrot. Very, very nice. Well done. So hope you will get rest of the questions correct as well. Hi, Arshdeep, Avneet. Hi. Those who just joined, we are doing matching information for listening. This is a bit difficult question as compared to the previous section. We did section number 1 earlier. Now this is from section number 3. So please be ready with the pencil and a paper or pen and paper and write your answers and write it in the comment section. So let's quickly read the questions first. That's the first thing that you'll do whenever you get 30 seconds to read the question. So here you do not have to write or underline full-fledged sentences. You will simply write names. James Flynn, John Rust, Robert Howard. Again, you have to write in ABC form. You cannot change the format. This is the instruction given. So you will write everything in ABC form. So J, you can write JF, or if you want to write JR or RH, or if you can write in ABC form, that is also fine. We need the correct answers at the end. So please listen to the audio carefully. The speaker is going to use synonyms. So let's start now. The questions are television and computers, better nutrition, smaller families, car driving, more complex societies, wider access to education, more sophisticated concepts. All right, let's start.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 27. Hi Martin, hi Maria. How are you getting on with your project? You've got to give the seminar on Friday, haven't you?
Hi Farouk, we're getting on fine. It's just so interesting. Do you want to hear about it?
Well, I've got 10 minutes before my next lecture, so why not? Let's hear it.
Great. And it'll help us sort out who said what, won't it, Martin?
That's right. You know, what we've been looking at is research done by a number of psychologists from different parts of the world on intelligence quotients. How they've been rising over the last 50 years.
Really?
Yes. Some psychologists have measured increases in intelligence of up to 25 points in one generation.
Amazing. What's causing us all to get cleverer?
There's a political scientist from New Zealand called James Flynn. Well, he's a pioneer in this field, and he's found that people perform the visuospatial
Tasks in intelligent tests much better than they did 50 years ago. Partly he puts this down to people playing with their PCs and watching TV, things like that. What about diet? Does that have anything to do with it?
Perhaps. Robert Howard, a Sydney psychologist, thinks that it does. Just as eating better has made children taller, their average intelligence has also risen. He also says that parents are having fewer children, so they're able to pay more attention to their children, which has a positive effect on kids' intelligence.
IQ tests have verbal and numerical elements too. Have these also been improving?
Yes, but only moderately. It's the visuospatial element which has made the big difference, and Flynn also suggests that modern activities like driving may play a part in this.
There's a British researcher, John Rust, who has made the general point that modern life is much more complicated than it was 50 years ago. Our intelligence has had to develop in order to cope with it all.
Remember also that far more children have the opportunity to go to school nowadays. Howard thinks that must be a leading factor in improved IQ test performance.
Well, yes, that would seem fairly obvious.
To come back to John Rust, he suggests that as science and knowledge develop, ideas become more complex. Well, the people who produce these ideas, the Einsteins and Hawkings, are obviously highly intelligent people, but, he says, ordinary people's intelligence has also had to develop to cope with these new theories.
Okay, that's it. So in section number 3, you'll generally find more of information, less of questions. So in every question, you can see there were details given by all the 3. So who said what, or according to the questions, do you think that relates to James Flynn, John Rust, or Robert Howard? So what are your answers? Okay, let's see, and what are the correct ones? If you have seen, those who couldn't recognize or realize the synonyms, instead of television and computers, PCs and watching TV was said, and better nutrition, I could find diet was said, and smaller families, it started talking about the fewer children as well. Complex societies, she explicitly mentioned complex as a word. She didn't use any synonym here, and hope you caught that. All right, let me share the answers. The answer should be A, C, C, A, B, C, B. How many of you got all correct? How many of you got 6 correct, 5 correct, 1 correct, whatever? I mean, you're here to learn, so please learn how these questions are supposed to be done. Hope you understood the synonyms that they were using. All correct, Chahat. Well done. Well done. How many of you got all correct? Well done, Ayushi. Could see all your answers are correct. Tarseem, well done. Aditya, well done. Nishita, only one is wrong. Well done, Avneet. Only one is wrong. Only the last answer is wrong. All correct, Ashwini. Great. Simran, well done. 5 out of 7. Great. Well done. Great. You are able to understand how it is supposed to be done. Now, we've done the matching information questions. Let's move on to multiple choice questions. Many of you have written in the chat box that you find difficulty in multiple choice questions. Why it is difficult? Because of these options given. This is a question from section number 1. I've taken this from section number 1. Then now I'll be comparing this section number 1 with section number 3 or 4 that I've taken. Multiple choice questions I'm talking about. So because of these more number of options given, students get confused because in audio, they will speak almost all the options in their speech. Now you have to take care of the underlined keywords, the keywords that are given, you have to take care of that. So why does the caller need the literature? So we need to understand why does the caller need the literature for a student paper? Is it for a student paper, newspaper article, for research, or general interest? So these are the 4 options. So when you get 30 seconds, you don't have to read only the question, but rather it's more important to read all the options as well. So that now when the listening will start, when the audio will start, you will concentrate only on the options given. How long can the caller have the books after the date of posting? Now, what all things you will underline in question number 5? Please guide me. I don't know what are the important words for this one. Yes, please help me in underlining the keywords. What do you think are the keywords in this question? Yes, how long can the caller have the book? So how long must be the date, weeks, month, whatever, have the books after the date of posting. That is the sentence we are looking for. Is it 3, 6, 5, or 2? How long? Correct. Well done. How will the caller pay the fees? So this is all about fees. Credit card, check, money order, cash. So these are one word. Even when you are listening, because in listening, we have to do multitasking. Even when you're listening, you're writing, you're reading. One word you can read. But what if you have long sentences? So how to do that? We'll come back to that as well. So first of all, I want you to start with this one. Are you all ready? Well done, Vivek. Yeah, that's the one. That's the key points. Yeah. So do not highlight everything. Otherwise, there will be a lot of marks on the screen. You might get confused. So just the important points that you want, you can underline that. Okay. Never read the options. No, it's really important to read the options. So work on the timing thing. Whenever you're getting 30 seconds to read the questions, it's always good to read the questions quickly. So for section number 1, you will have ample of time because the questions are pretty easy as compared to section number 3 and 4. All right. So let's start this one. Are you all ready? Amin, Afreed, are you all participating? You're distracting me now. Okay, yes. Are you all ready with the pencil and a paper? Great, great. So please like the video and share it, those who are preparing and those who think for them as well, multiple choice question, matching information is difficult. They really need it. So please like and share it to as many as you can. All right, let's begin with this question.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 4 to 6. Now, may I ask why you'll be needing the books? I'm sorry about this, but we have to have this information whenever we send books out from a telephone request.
No problem. I'm preparing a short article for the Environment Watch section of the local newspaper. We're quite concerned about the problems we're facing here now, especially since we've been getting so many tourists in the district.
Oh, I know. I'm so glad someone's doing something about publicising the problem.
Now, how long can I keep the books for?
Well, as you know, our normal loan period is 3 weeks with a 2-week extension over the phone. However, in cases where we send books out by post, we allow a longer initial loan period to allow for the delivery time. So you may have the books for 6 weeks from the date of postage. But I'm afraid the 2-week extension won't apply then. However, you would be able to renew them by bringing them in for stamping, provided no one else has a reserve on them.
I should think the normal period would be enough. Now, how do you prefer the postage and photocopy fees to be paid?
We accept both cash and credit card, but it will be such a small sum it might be more convenient to send us a money order.
Would it be all right if I left it until I come in next time and just pay cash then?
Of course, there's no problem with that at all.
Okay, hope you got the answers. These were pretty easy. Yes, Mansi, this is also listening. This is not reading. So hope you're able to understand how we do multiple choice questions. Now, listening is really scoring. So please practice listening so that you can attain 9 on 9 bands. It's doable. It's achievable. So work upon it. Let's look at the questions, look at the answers and how CBT questions come. It comes like this. So there will be a radio button if you're preparing for computer-based test. There will be a radio button that you have to click for the correct answers. Okay. All right. The answer is BBD. Nishita, where is F written? BBD. Well done, Arshdeep. Well done. Samyak, well done. Anurag, Raj, Corbisla. Simran, Preet, did you miss anything? So BBD is the answer because he said in the end that when he will return, he will pay the cash. And the lady was fine with it. If you have observed, there is a conversation between one or two. But in section number 4 or section number 2, sometimes in section number 2 and 4, it's a monologue. Only one speaker speaks or gives the lecture. So let's do this one. If you see, the question is long, the answers, the options are also long. So please be careful when doing this question, especially in section number 3. The professor points out that the University Language Center. Please tell me the key pointers here. Question number 27. Balkaran Singh, you can definitely watch the video again. Please pause it and do the questions by yourself. Even if you missed anything here, the video will be there with you. Okay, don't worry. Srikar, we are comparing the easiest questions with the difficult one. How multiple choice questions looks in section number 1 or part number 1, how these questions look in section number 3 or 4. And I believe it's helpful for all of you. University Language Center, great. So the professor points out that the University Language Center is what? Would certainly be useful for the student. It is likely to be useful for the, so it's certainly likely is available for students, has a wide range. See, there is a difference in certainly, likely, available, wide range. So please take care of these key pointers. What about question number 28? What shall I mark in 28? What about the question and the options? I want answers from you, just to make sure that we all are on the same page. Professor suggests, okay, all right, what did he or she suggest? That the student join the support group for students on his course, or join the support group for students from his country, course or country, identify problems that people from his country have in Britain, right? Create a support group. So they are going to create a group. All right, I request everyone to please participate in this. All right, let's start now.
Having any language difficulties, though we do not let them overwhelm you. Here is one.
Thank you. My next problem is coping with my course. Living abroad in a new environment makes studying more challenging than usual. I'm worried about my progress and about how I will cope with examinations.
These concerns are natural, but do not let them overwhelm you. Here are 2 simple ways you can stay in control of your studies. First, ask for regular meetings with your tutor. In your case, that's me, to review your progress and discuss any problems. You're doing that now, so you've taken the first step. Let me know if you are having any language difficulties, though in your case that seems doubtful. As you are probably aware, there is a language centre here where all students can use language learning materials, but is probably not of much use to you. Second, why not try to form a mutual support group with other international students to discuss common challenges and to share useful ideas? This can be particularly helpful if you find the teaching methods very different from those you have experienced before. Another type of support group could be other students in your subject area. Get together with students on similar courses to discuss the issues, swap ideas, and give each other support.
Yes, the second idea is particularly good.
Okay, yeah. You must have heard about ladies saying, or the professor saying, is a language center here where all students can use language learning material. So this is about all the students, is available for all the students. So C should be the answer. And for the next one, the professor suggests that the student, what? Course, country, what do you think? D should be the answer. Yes. Yes, D should be the answer. So many of you got the correct answer. Well done. And those who written B, please understand and look at the questions and the keywords that we marked and write the answers carefully. All correct, Paras? Well done. A huge round of applause for those who got all correct. I'm sure you're working hard to achieve 9 on 9 bands, 40 on 40. Yes, she suggested to form a group. Well done. Okay, another important question, as you mentioned, map as well. So let's complete this one also. Let's look at the map. Let's observe what all area is given. So for map question, we don't have to just look at the questions that are given that we have to find. So we have to find where Wilson's is located, DVD shop is situated, where student union office is there, and engineering institute is built, fitness room is located, or bookshop is there. So in the map. So not only these questions we have to read, we have to observe and read or go through this image as well. So here A, D, I, or B, where is B? Here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So read these alphabets because they may answer the questions or they may answer it in the serial order. All right. Rest depends on the speaker, what he is speaking. All right. Hope all of you are ready with the map question. It's really important for listening. Shall we start? Hope everyone is ready with the pencil and a paper. And let's begin now.
Clothing and hardware. That's next to
and answer questions 11 to 16.
Welcome everyone to the Brandon Complex, the geographical and we could say spiritual heart of this university. This is basically where everyone eats too, as you can see by looking around. There are many different cuisines here, Chinese, Indian and Middle Eastern, plus the usual fare of a local type, all in that corner over there. We have many shops here too, but the biggest is Wilson's, right there, providing clothing and hardware. That's next to all the restaurants. Now, on the opposite side of Wilson's we have 3 shops. The one in the corner there, closest to the restaurants, is for DVDs. Yes, the DVDs are cheap and affordable, and you can also rent DVD players as well. Moving on, in the corner directly opposite Wilson's is the Student Union office. Incidentally, you are all encouraged to join the Student Union, as a Student Union card gives you many benefits, including discounts on basically everything you can buy here at the Brandon Complex. Outside this complex, on the other side of the road, you can just see it from here in fact, is a building that we call by the rather unusual name, the H Building. Next to this, on the other side of some trees along the main road, is the Engineering Institute, but that doesn't have anything to do with the Brandon Complex. One last thing is that just outside this door, near us here, you can see a grassy oval patch. Well, that's the playing field for what we simply call the fitness room, which is alongside. So you can put on some calories here at the restaurants and then burn them off at the fitness room afterwards. Oh, I forgot to mention this shop right here, in the middle, beside the Student Union. It's the bookshop, and as you can see, it's always busy, always popular. You can buy newspapers, magazines and stationery there, plus a few clothing items as well, just as you can at Wilson's. Why don't you go and take a look right now?
Before you hear the rest of the...
Okay, that's it. How was it? A lot of concentration is required because there were ABCD here, letters here, so you have to catch up with everything. Right, let's see what are the answers, and these are the answers. B, G, I, H, F. So B, G, E, I, H, F. So there were many times she was clear when she was locating the places or when she was locating these buildings, and she was mentioning the names as well. DVD shop is not E. She said that's near the restaurant in the corner. So this is the near to the restaurant, not E. It's E is far side from the restaurant. So G should be the answer. Yes, yes, well done. Avneet, you didn't understand? You didn't concentrate on the audios on this recording? So what exactly you have to do, please read the questions, observe the image, and then start listening to the audio and go by it. Because the speaker will mention these names one by one. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is how it looks like for computer-based students. You can easily drop down, and from the drop-down list, you can select the correct option that is given here, okay? So, but paper-based students, you have to write manually. Let's quickly jump onto this diagram, another form of picture that may come. And here you have to write one word only because of the blanks. You can see blanks are here. You can write in one word only. So let's start with this one as well. Do not forget to like, share, please like the video. I'm sure you're going to like these questions. They're really interesting, will help you to improve your accuracy and concentration power as well. So please practice.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 35.
Go ahead.
We look at the sun, a huge ball streaming out essentially limitless energy into space, and we think about how we need that energy here on Earth. Our oil reserves are running out, coal burning causes much pollution, and nuclear energy has many dangers. But where does the sun itself get its energy? The answer is that the sun makes it using fusion, or, more specifically, in a hydrogen fusion process. There is no pollution, no radioactivity, no waste products, and we have plenty of hydrogen. So, hydrogen fusion seems the perfect answer to our energy needs, and scientists have long attempted to achieve it here on Earth. So what happens during this process? The first step is to make two light atomic particles approach. In the case of our sun, these are hydrogen particles, the lightest and also the easiest to deal with. However, the problem is that the nuclei of atoms have electric fields, and fusion between these particles is opposed by their similar electric charge. They most naturally repel each other, and the nuclei of all elements are exactly the same in this respect. Thus, in order to overcome this repulsion and force them together, in the second step, the particles are heated. The trouble is, you need a lot of heat, incredible temperatures of the sort only seen on the surface of the sun. This is many millions of degrees, far higher than the melting point of any known material. Still, the concept is simple. The hot, wildly moving particles, which are now called plasma, will crash into each other, resulting in the third step, the fusion into helium, which releases energy and begins a self-sustained process.
Okay, that's it for this one. Hope all of you got the answer. He was a little slow when he was describing, but still a lot of information was given. Okay, shall I share the answers if all of you done? I could see many good right answers, many correct answers. Hydrogen, yes. Hydrogen, yes, yes, yes. So here you don't have to write anything in ABC, but you have to write only in one word. So do not write any numbers, one word, only one word should be written. Lakshi, Nagpal, you can definitely listen to the audio again after the session and you can clear your doubts. All right, let's see. Hydrogen, approach, similar, heat, energy. Harsimran, one is wrong, and I think Harsimran, you missed one. Yes, definitely. So what Hitesh is asking, can we write everything in capital letters? Yes, you have to write everything in capital letters, though you can write in small letters or in normal way, but it's advisable to write in capital letters. Everything should be written in capital so that there are less chances of getting errors. Okay, so write everything in capital. If you're writing hydrogen, so write hydrogen like this. All right. Hope you got all correct, or even if you have to improve, that's all right. We can do practice from the authentic material. We got Cambridge books that we always give to the students under the study material. We provide them, and many exercises during the classroom activities as well. Okay, similar, heat, and energy. Everything should be written in caps. Here comes the mini mock test for all of you. And I believe you will be able to get all correct. Okay, shall we start the last question type or mini mock test to end the session? I'll definitely give you a few tricks and tips at the end for the listening section. I'm sure to improve your overall scores, listening will definitely help you. If you're attaining 8 and 9 bands, you can easily do that in listening. All right, let's start. Listen it carefully and answer all the questions correctly. All the best.
Rows, many on the left side. Right or got stuck if the keys next to each other were hit in quick succession.
Now, listen carefully to the talk and answer questions 31 to 33.
Our talk today in this History of Technology series is about a feat of anti-engineering from the late 19th and early 20th century that is still very much with us today and that is linked with the history of the typewriter. It's the QWERTY keyboard. What, you might ask, is QWERTY? Well, have a look at the nearest typewriter or computer keyboard. If you look at the top row, you will see that Q, W, E, R, T, Y are the first 6 letters. Did you ever think when you were learning to type about why the letters on the keyboard are distributed the way they are? Here's the story. It all has to do with the history of the typewriter. Typewriters existed since the early 1700s, but the first commercially practical system came into being in 1873. The typewriter is one of America's greatest unsung inventions. While the telephone, automobile, and airplane sped up communications and transportation, the typewriter did the same thing for the written word. But few people paid much attention, possibly because they were too busy reading what the typewriter had written about all the other inventions. The first typewriters had the keys laid out in alphabetical order, but this system had problems. Some keys that tended to be typed together were physically close. This made the type bars hit each other and get stuck. Typewriters in 1873 jammed or got stuck if the keys next to each other were hit in quick succession. To solve this problem, in 1878, the QWERTY keyboard was developed, spacing frequent letters away from each other and therefore reducing the number of jams. It was not specifically designed to slow down typists, as is generally believed, but the keyboard did create a built-in inefficiency for typists. The most common keys are scattered all over the keyboard rows, many on the left side. Right-handed people have to use their left hand, which is the weaker hand. Typewriter technology improved, doing away with the original rationale for the QWERTY distribution, but the keyboard remained. In spite of its inefficiency, it is the keyboard we all use today.
Now you have some time to look at questions 34 to 40.
All right, I can help you underlining the important words. Always remember.
Now listen and answer questions.
Okay, always remember the words surrounded with the blank. It will give you a fair idea what the answer should be.
(34 to 40).
Already back in 1932, there was a solution to the problem. Efficiency expert August Dvorak came up with a new keyboard layout. His home row consisted of A, O, E, U, I, D, H, T, N, S, which includes all of the vowels as well as the most commonly used letters. On this keyboard, over 3,000 words can be typed using only the home row. In fact, 70% of all the work can be done on the home row, 22% on the row above, and 8% on the row below. The QWERTY keyboard allows only about 50 words to be typed without reaching for other rows. In addition, on Dvorak's keyboard, The right hand handles 56% of the workload, and the left handles 44%, just about the opposite of the division of the QWERTY keyboard. This is an advantage for most right-handers. The Dvorak keyboard increased accuracy in typing by almost 50% and speed by 15 to 20%. How much labor did this Dvorak layout save? In one study, a group of typists was evaluated in the use of both keyboards. Those using the Dvorak keyboard moved their fingers just about 1 mile on an average day, while those who used the QWERTY keyboard moved their fingers an average of 12 to 20 miles. The superiority of the Dvorak keyboard was clearly established. However, it has never been adopted as the keyboard of choice. Why? First of all, bad luck and bad timing on the part of the Dvorak team. First, there was the Depression. Not a good time for introducing change. But the main factor that worked against the Dvorak system was habit. People were used to the QWERTY keyboard. Computers today could easily switch the arrangement of letters to the Dvorak layout, but it seemed that because of habit, the QWERTY layout remains dominant. People felt comfortable with the keyboard they learned on, so it was the established patterns of hundreds of millions of typists, manufacturers, typing teachers, and typewriter salespeople that have crushed all moves toward keyboard efficiency for over 70 years. It looks like QWERTY keyboard may be...
Okay, that's it. All right, let's quickly check the answers. Hope you got all correct. And let me know out of 10, how many of you got how much? How many of you read the instructions? It's written no more than 3 words. Hope you haven't written the numbers when the speaker said miles, or when she also talked about, 12 to 20 miles. That's what she said. So hope you haven't written the percent or the numbers anywhere. So you have to write everything in words, okay? No more than 3 words. Okay, let's see. Answer to the question number 31 is A. Answer to question number 32 is C. Answer to question number 33. Let me show you the answers. Yes, is B. Then keyboard layout, 70% should be written in words, and then 50 words should be written in words. Then accuracy, speed, 12 to 20 should also be written in words. And question number 40 is C. 40 was confusing, yes, but how you can do this type of multiple choice question? You can eliminate which she hasn't mentioned or which she said that this is not useful. So you can eliminate those options and you can keep the closest one. Lost concentration, Sonia. Yeah, that happens in listening. That's all right. I think you should look at the audio, look at this video again, look at this session again later on, and do all these questions in one go. Okay, 9 out of 10, well done. 10 on 10, well done. 7 on 10, great, great. Well done, everyone who got all correct. Even if you got few errors, that's all right. You can look at the questions again and redo this activity. Okay, so the tip for you would be read the questions carefully. 30 seconds you will definitely have in every part. Before every part starts, you will get some time to read the questions. So read the questions wisely. Do not waste that time by looking here and there or by sitting idle. Use that time by reading and quickly underline the keywords the way we did here. And once the recording will start, you will definitely see it's easier to locate the answers from the audio and with the help of those keywords that you have underlined, because then you don't have to read these huge sentences every time. Okay, so that is the another tip is concentration. So practice concentration at home, or sit idle and listen to these audios. Other than this, if you're not familiar with the accents, please listen to the podcasts. You can listen to the various English shows or channels or Netflix series you can watch to improve and to understand, get familiar with the rate of speech. So here you can get British accent, Australian accent, US accent, mixture of accents you can get. Sometimes the rate of speech is higher, sometimes the rate of speech is normal. Even if the rate of speech is normal, there is a lot of information the professor or the speaker is giving. So you have to practice each and every type of question. And the other thing is that practice from the Cambridge books or only the authentic material you should pick instead of going to any other network or any other sites. So you can join the batch. Another interesting thing here is that we are organizing one online session tomorrow. That is going to happen through Zoom and at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So please save this time, and maybe in the calendar you can save it as a reminder. So tomorrow 5 p.m. there is a Zoom meeting, that is a quiz that you all have to participate, and there will be a screening test and 6 finalists will be selected with the help of the Google form, and whosoever is selected, whosoever wins by giving the correct answers, maximum correct answers, will get 3,000 rupees. Okay, and one-on-one session will be arranged with Manisha Angre ma'am. So you can, yeah, definitely you can go for it. I believe you can please attend this session tomorrow at 5. Please save this date in your calendar, and the link is already given in the comment section. Do not forget to share it to the students or those who want this. And other than this, please like this video and practice whatever we've done today. It's really important for you to practice to attain good scores. This will definitely improve your scores. All right. Hope you enjoyed today's session. Hope this was informative for you. What more questions you want me to bring here to you, please comment in the comment section. Please like it. That really gives us the confidence of making more informative sessions, more informative videos for you, covering each teeny tiny things of IELTS, from grammar, from these modules, question types. We are trying to come up with interesting videos, with interesting questions, with the information, a lot of information in every session. So please write in the comment section what more you want, what kind of videos you want related to IELTS. You can please comment. Please like it and share. Thank you, everyone. You have a great weekend. Do not forget to download the application as well, and you can enjoy all these things, all these 4 modules and the practice sessions of grammar as well. Thank you, everyone. You have a great weekend. Take care and keep practicing.